Government. Idiocracy. It is time that we, the people, redefine not only what our founding fathers had in mind, but what we, the people, want today, tomorrow, and with the option to change our mind whenever we decide. My educational database must be of the highest priorities. When giving back all these freedoms and all this power is given to the average person, we must not create an idiocracy. If you have not seen the movie Idiocracy, imagine the guests of Jerry Springer being the sole inhabitants on the planet. Immediate emergency vote with the power to impeach. Change current policy. We do not need another term of someone the people did not elect. Where is Al Gore or John Kerry when we really needed them? We need a policy where we the people can call an immediate emergency vote, a vote that can impeach the president. This will at least ensure that the president will not go against the popular vote. We did not just elect the president to make decisions based on what they think is right. We also elected the president to speak and act for us. So when we obviously disagree with the president on any issue, the president will decide with US. The president will be forced to remember he or she is an elected official. Even when in office, they will sound like they are campaigning. There will be far more promises kept and a lot less lying. Eliminate the Electoral College. The people need more voting power. We need to be able to vote on more issues, federally and locally. The Electoral College exists for the reason that we ain't smart enough to make choices of this bigness for ourselves. The answer is the problem. If we are not smart enough, educate us with free private school quality education. Bring the average education level up to eliminate the Electoral College. Once the scores are up, that region can now determine their own fate. Eliminating piggybacking and hedge marking. We need to seriously talk about eliminating piggybacking, hedge marking, and then all future names of the same thing. I think the best way to do that would be to vote on each sentence. If the decision makers think that there is just too much for them to vote on, let us vote. It is easy now for both sides to say, this person is for or against something they are not. At one time and point, they decided not to vote for something good because something too bad is attached. Supreme Court justices should not be in for life. No elected official should be in any office for life, let alone one that is not elected by the people. To even ask should be considered ridiculous, if not offensive. Voting. 100% disclosure and or the people vote on everything. If you really want to upset those that profit off the misery of others, find some way to make it a United Nations requirement, where there is 100% disclosure and or the people vote on everything. Because really, the people get along. It's just the government and those that live as if they were a government that start all the fights. We cannot forget the ignorant. They will hate who you tell them to hate. They will pretty much always vote for the worst choice. No members of the UN can deny any of its citizens free education. No members of the UN can have secret government projects. Secrets cost too much money and too much blood. We must be able to cut the head off of the snake. We could have a step-by-step process outlined. The people vote, the head of the snake is given the option to make the right choice, and listen to the people. After given a set period of time, and then the head comes off. There must be preventative measures set in place for those that choose to use our step-by-step procedures against us. 11 to 15-year-old kids vote. They are still in the age of innocence, but becoming aware of all that is around them. I do not see anyone convincing these kids it is better for everyone to allow a factory to exceed pollution requirements. There are many ways to reduce the pollution, but instead, it is more profitable for everyone if they just pay the fine. I really think if the kids voted on it, the fine would be more than the solution. The companies would then fix the problem rather than be content with just paying the fines. The way the system is currently set up is to acquire more revenue from fines, not to protect the planet or us. We, the people, must gather and blog. Past elections have taught us that we need to come up with a voting system that cannot be tampered with. Everyone has the day off to vote. We all gather at different community centers, spending the day debating the issues and getting to know each other better. Without being able to physically see everyone, voting on multiple screens at the same time, the population has reached a point where our elections could be fixed and we might not ever know. Although digital imaging can fabricate any image, audio, or video to fool not only the human eye, but most, if not all, computers. Presidential campaigns. Training. The presidential candidates must have much more training before and after becoming the president-elect. The candidates should be given training during their campaign, including job shadowing. We, the people, should be able to see the status of their training at any given time, including all test scores. Some recommended study materials: military strategies, philosophies, Sun Tzu, The Art of War, personality development, conflict resolution, and reading on the current status of their potential new domain, with step-by-step instructions, making all probable and predictable tasks much more efficient. The campaigns must have many more debates. Candidates debate over what they believe, and when possible, backed up by their voting record. Debate on voting records. It is public information. When debating, they must be forced to answer the questions and follow-up questions. Facts checked by the next commercial break and follow-up questions asked. Let us see what our candidates truly know. Predetermined natural consequences. If they try to go off on a tangent, their microphone is cut. They are then given the option to answer the question in a yes or no format. There needs to be predetermined natural consequences for not following the rules. When we feel they are being elusive, their microphone is cut. What repercussions should there be for an intentional lie? We must be very careful about perspective here. Perfect example, the world is no longer flat, and even when it was, it wasn't. Charles G. Hancock's Be Helpful, Not Hurtful movie and TV show. Send this to any and or all of the following people: Bill and Melinda Gates, Warren Buffett, Peter Chernin, Al Gore, Barack Obama, Bill Clinton. I cannot go public with this until I am a nonprofit and the website is capable of taking donations and selling raffle tickets.